Let's get some team grades for the 2023 season. This part will be the Big 12. Let's first talk about TCU. This year was year 2 of Sonny Dykes. As we know, Sonny led their team to a college football playoff national championship game last year. They got blown out by Georgia, but they did go 13-2 on the whole season. This year started a bit rough. They lost a game to Colorado where I think if they would have won that game, their season would have been a lot different. They just obviously didn't have the talent like they had last year. So because of the 5-7 record and not even making a bowl game, I gave them a D-. Next, we got Texas Tech. This is also a second-year coach in Joey McGuire. I think the most disappointing thing about Texas Tech's season is that they were getting preseason hype. Some people on this app even had them in their top 25. Couldn't be me though. But all jokes aside, I think what really hurt Texas Tech, that first loss to Wyoming, it was an overtime game that was an absolute heartbreaker for them. Then the next week, they have to host a really great Oregon team. So they started off the season 0-2. At that point, it's hard to bounce back. Do you think they will have a way better season next year? But for this season, I gave them a D+. Actually, we got Iowa State. After going 4-8 last season and the gambling issues they had at the beginning of the season, I think everybody thought this season would be another disaster like last year. But Matt rallied the boys, got them to have a very respectable season. If we don't remember, with like 2 weeks left, Iowa State was in the Big 12 championship conversation. 7-5 might not look that flashy, but for this Iowa State team, that was really good. So I gave them a B for their team grade. Next, we got the Kansas Jayhawks. And this was another year of improvement for Leipold in year 3. As in last year, they barely clinched a bowl spot. Going 8-4 was great for a backup play quarterback in Jason Bean. Shout out to them though, he wasn't bad at all. But I was very happy on how this team performed, so I gave them a solid B. Next, we got Kansas State, and they also went 8-4 this year. They had more preseason hype though, as they were ranked in the top 25, and they did have a heartbreaking loss to Missouri early in the season. Their season grade, I gave them a B-, as in last year, they made it to a New Year's Six Bowl and got to 10 wins.